Hey everybody, it's Steve, and I'm back today with a new video to go over some of the projects I've been covering on Binance Smart Chain. First, I'll show you this one that I just did a video about. It has a huge APR. I bought in at $70, and I did something I don't normally do, and this is why I say don't take financial advice from me, because sometimes you're going to take chances with some of that extra money you've made from other places, and sometimes you're wrong. So, overall, I would say I'm not completely wrong about this. I'll collect my wallet. So far, I deposited this much money in. I didn't realize it was going to show you guys that. It's not a lot of money. I didn't put that much money in, and I don't think I'll lose it all. I'll show you what I'm in. So I put a little bit of BND into this one here, where you earn money just for having it there. It's I'm slowly earning some tokens. And up here, we're now down to 12,000% APR, and that's because the token has fallen down to around $50. It's an interesting thing. I've been selling the 20% that I've been getting because the token's been going down. Maybe that's a mistake, maybe it's not, but it's kind of like a default claim your earnings. You get 20% you can sell if you want to, or that you can reinvest. I sold it the first couple times, and then I reinvested into this pool after that. That's probably going to be my strategy going forward, is just to keep reinvesting into this pool to try to increase my earning potential, get a good amount locked up. And then if this platform turns into a really strong platform in the future, I'm going to have a nice payout coming in a couple months. These tokens are locked up for 3 months. But now we're going to talk about the main project I wanted to talk about for this video. And I'm going to try to go through all of this pretty quick, because Vlad Finance is a pretty good little project out there. I'm going to log out here. I don't have a lot of these tokens either, but that's because I spent some of them. And I'm just going to kind of go over a few things here, and then I'm going to talk about their update. So Vlad Token started out as kind of just a token with a 4% fee, 2% burn, 2% go to the community. It's a reflect token. From there, the community took it over. They were having fun. They decided to launch a special yield farm to farm a new token called Life. It goes with their whole theory of Vlad Finance and vampires and live forever. And it's a fun community-driven project right now. It's still got a pretty small market cap. So if you're interested in getting into a project that's being driven by a community that is a bunch of really nice guys, you should check out their Telegram. I'll put a link to it in the description. And you'll be able to come and see what this is all about. It's really about them building from one part of the project to the next part of the project. So they launched the Vlad token to give the Vlad token some usability besides being a reflect token that burns and gives you more for holding it, which is already a cool little thing that people have started to make a lot of these coins and then try to do good things with them. They then went ahead and launched their Life farms. So the idea was that you could use your Val to farm Life, and then you could use your Life tokens to farm more Life. You notice these are all turned off because Life was a token that they launched to only allow you to get enough of it to buy all of the NFTs that they were planning to mint. So if you go to their NFT mints, they're doing pretty good on these. There's still a lot of the commons left and some of the rares left. There's the epics. This one is sold out, and these two are probably going to sell out soon, and I'll explain why with the update. The legendaries are actually all gone. I personally own one of each of the base and rares and one epic that I picked up today. I went ahead and bought some Life token. Life token's been kind of interesting. It got up to about 70 cents, came back down to about 50 cents, and is now sitting at about 60 cents. The interesting thing about this Life token, there will be no more minted, and you can only buy these NFTs with Life tokens. So you will not see any more Life come onto the market, and each NFT that's bought from this point on of the legendaries, it has a bonding curve that makes them cost more Life, and all those Life tokens are burned. So eventually the Life token is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller as some people want to come and pick up these NFTs. And why might you want to pick up the NFTs? That's what we'll talk about the next thing that they're calling their Valid Life 2 Life After Life farming. So basically they talk about the fact that the Life ended right here, and that they're going to end up eventually theoretically burning all of this if they sell out all of their other coins. Though at the very end, when there's only a few left, there probably will be too valuable to be sold if they can keep creating farms for them. But who knows, they could bring an end to a farm to try to get rid of like the last 10 tokens. Time will tell with that, but for now you can expect for these tokens to just go supply to just go down. The value doesn't have to go up if the usability doesn't go up, but they've given some good usability to the coin in their next farm. So they talk about some of their milestones here. I'll have a link to the post. I'm not going to go over that. They do talk about that they just got in their NFT minting down and that they were able to sell out all their legendaries very quickly, even with them costing 6,000 of the life tokens. All of those tokens were burned. And this is where things get excited. Okay, we're going, welcome to the afterlife. Many of you have asked, what are we going to do with life tokens now, right? Some of us have enough, but we maybe, I don't know, you got a couple hundred, but you can't, you already got some of the commons. You don't really want to buy a really expensive legendary. So what are you going to do? Well, the idea here is that they're going to launch a new token that is going to be used on their platform once they are launching NFTs for other people and for themselves as they make more NFTs and they bring in more artists to launch NFTs on their platform, and that those NFTs will be able to be bought with this new token. Now, right now they're calling this token the Afterlife token, but they're thinking about changing the name to have it be something I think that is a little more about NFTs, because they do understand that their token has gone from like kind of a Vlad live forever token that was kind of fun and had these reflect things to a life token, which was a play on the fact that Vlad lives forever, to now we're building an NFT and an NFT marketplace, and we're going to have our NFTs published on the other marketplaces. They've already worked out some deals with Juggernaut and another platform to get them launched. They talk about that here in this post. So they're going to launch 3 new farms, and we're still waiting on the date of these farms, and I'll do another video update when these are coming. But they're going to be doing a Vlad BUSD farm to get this new token. They're going to be doing a Vlad Afterlife token, or whatever it ends up being named, pool to be able to farm the token, to give it some usability where you're going to farm it to get enough to then put it in another higher paying farm, similar to how they did with their first life token. And then they're also going to have a life single asset staking pool. So if you have some of the life tokens left, you can just stake them into this pool and earn some returns of the new tokens. Now, the other thing they talk about here is their Genesis NFTs, which are the first ones that they launched, are getting some special stuff that they're going to do when you own them in their new farms. So they'll grant the base tier will grant you access to the new farms. So you cannot get into these farms if you don't buy at least one of the base NFTs. Now the base NFTs currently with life around 57 cents, they cost 10 of those tokens. So you're talking about $5.50 to be able to get into one of these tier farms to farm the new token. The rare NFTs will give you the first multiplier on any pool you enter. So if you want to get one of those, that's 100. And so you would need to get a rare NFT for 100 life tokens. That's around $50. The epic and legendary tiers will give you the highest possible multiplier on any pool that you enter. So the legendaries are sold out, the epics are running out. So if you're interested in getting into this project and being able to farm at the best rates, you're going to have to come soon and get one of the epic cards. Those cost right now around 700 life tokens. So that's around a $350 NFT. I went ahead and bought one because I saw that they were going to be selling out pretty soon. And I was like, you know what? I want to have one of these. I think they're going to have a lot of fun at this platform. I think it's going to be a cool little platform. I'm going to try to launch an NFT here because I'm going to put one out on my channel soon for anybody who wants to buy one to support me. Anybody who heard that, if you tell me, yeah, we would support you, that would be cool. And then but you're going to be able to get them. Also, they're going to be eligible for early airdrops of the new token. So anybody holding these are going to get some of the new tokens, which will allow you to go into this one if you want to, or be somebody that's able to sell them on the first day that it's launched, when some people might be trying to buy them to get the good returns whenever you see a brand new farm go up. So that's another little bonus. Here's where they talk about the artist launchpad. They're going to be having some work to bring in a lot of different artists to start launching different NFTs on their project. This is where they talk about they're going to start to branch outside a little bit of always being Vlad themed and Pepe themed and meme themed, and allowing artists, because the real goal of this project is to allow artists to launch tokens here and their work, and to, or I should say, to launch NFTs here with their work, and just be able to come to a good place that has a good community with a token that is farmed that they're going to use to buy that, which is always going to have kind of a circular liquidity, because you're farming tokens that are basically used to buy art or sold to other people to buy art. And we'll have to see if eventually some of these artists start to get NFTs that have any kind of bonuses similar to the Genesis NFTs. My guess is that you won't really see that unless they launch, they get maybe one of the big artists from one of the other chains to come over here and make some stuff. They also are talking about how they're going to be doing this. So they're talking about doing loot box styles where you might mint an NFT and get a random one, which is kind of a fun little game to play if they don't cost too much. Or maybe you're a gambler and you like ones that cost a lot, and you might get an amazing one or an okay one. They also talk about how they're going to go with the bonding service sales, so that it is good if you like something to buy it early, because it goes up in price with each one that is bought until the last one is bought at the highest price. I like the bonding curves for NFTs. It allows fans who are paying attention and no one drops are happening to get things for the least price, and then helps set a new price for the token. Even if, say, there's 100 tokens and only 50 of them sold, well, if you got one of the first 5, the new floor for somebody to get the next one is that price of 50. So your token is now at least worth, your NFT is at least worth maybe a little bit less than that one. So that's a fun way to do it. They also talk about locking in some value with the burned in Genesis phase. So if you want to know everything about this post, you're going to want to come and read it. It's really exciting. I don't want to go too much longer because we're already at 11 minutes, and I'm trying to keep these videos shorter just to introduce things to you. So we'll take a quick look at the Vlad Finance tokens. This is a reflex token. It does get burned when it gets moved around, and it is sitting right now at only it was a 1 million original supply. We're at 808,000 tokens left. They only have 1,600 token addresses, and they don't have any big whales in this token if you look at the holders, except for maybe this guy with 10%. So this would be the one whale. But he's only got 86,000 of 800,000 tokens. So you do have a lot locked up in the here and here, and then you have a lot of people who are just holding a good amount of these tokens, hoping to see this project grow, because I know when anybody else decides to move or sell them, they get a 2% cut distributed to the token holders based on your holdings. So this guy gets 10% of every time, 10% of 2% every time tokens are moved around. And so his account is just going to grow at pretty big rates if he decides to just hold these, and eventually he could have a big chunk of the overall total supply of a token. When he's already got 10%, he could end up with a lot more later. But we'll have to see what these bigger holders want to end up doing. One of the nice things though is anytime they do want to sell any of their tokens, 4% does go to the token holders, and 4% gets burned. So you get a little bit more tokens. Whales are going to do what whales are going to do. They're in most of these new projects, so you have to be careful. Looking at the Life token, you're going to see that now the burn addresses are getting more and more tokens. So every time somebody's sending these to this is one of those NFTs going off the market. So this is now the biggest holder. It holds 39% of the tokens that are gone, and then you have another little bit that are in each of these. A lot of these have been taken out because they don't pay off anymore. So there is some people who are just getting some regular rewards for holding the tokens on PancakeSwap, and then there is this one Life taco, and it probably has a lot more because there's nowhere else to put your Life if you want your Life to be earning right now. So this is the TAO. This is a deal that they made similar to the one I showed you with Super Dollar that they made for the Vlad token. So until the new stuff comes out, Vlad Token only has one place where you can farm with it. But if you don't already have Vlad BUSD liquidity tokens, remember that to get into this farm, you're going to have to burn some Vlad to create your liquidity tokens. And so just know that if you do that, you have to make sure that you get your money back. I put some Vlad BUSD together. I bought some when I found out about the new phase, and I put some into this farm to farm a little bit of these super dollars that I'm probably just going to reinvest into the Vlad program. This super dollar thing I'll put in, I put a link to this before. I don't know a lot about how these work. Right now when I look at this, it's pretty crazy. The super dollars are worth $24, and this super dollar share is worth $231,000. I never really understood the banks that work like this, so I need to learn about these to know if you should be doing some more. I did go ahead and claim my first token I earned here, and I put it over here because it was paying out at 12,000%. And so I figured I would just leave it over here and try to farm myself another token over here. And I'll probably do a mixture of selling some of these rewards, these little bits that I'm getting from these, putting them into this pool, and just kind of hanging out and figuring out what this is. So far, basically, you can only earn the SDO dollar from any of these banks, and SDO dollar from any of these banks. So I don't understand. Okay, so you can earn, you're gonna be able to earn SSOD, and so I'm guessing the reason why it's worth so much is because nobody can earn it yet. So the only way you can get it is to buy it, and if you're buying it, it's because you're planning on jumping into these pools right when they launch in 2 days and 2 hours. So, or no, 2 days and 2 hours. So I'll keep watching this. If I learn more about how this is working, I'll do a video about this site. If you guys know a good person to check out that's already made a video, go ahead and drop a link, because I know some of my fans would like to know about Supra if it's really good, because it's brand new. I just don't fully understand this, and this price seems pretty wild to me, this 200,000. So we'll go ahead and end it there. I'm going to be doing an update on what's going on with Fair Moon. I'm not going to ignore that because I've talked about it before. It's going to be my second video I filmed tonight, but I'm going to put this one out first. Vlad Finance is good news. Fair Moon is not so great.